What's good, man? Welcome back to the channel. Good Sunday morning. I hope everything is well with y'all. Starting the show a little bit late this morning, but it's because I had a long night, man. Dwayne Jones in the building. My other three people here to watch with me this Sunday morning. What's good with you, man? So, Mikey Garcia got his ass whooped last night. Man, that's what you get with these cherry picks, man. He should have went straight to Regis Prograis, went for the money. Took that pocket change and got set up. Now Sandor Martin. How you gonna get whooped by Sandor Martin, man? Come on, Mikey. Come on, Mikey. You're making Errol Spence look bad, man. What's going on, Dwayne Jones in the building? What's going on, Southside Tone in the building? What's going on, man? Viva 2 Vita in the building. What's happening? Boogie 9, good morning to you, man. Animal Cud 25, what's going on, man? He said, yeah, he wasn't good, man. Honestly, man, he said, is he a good fighter, though? Oh, no, Sandor Martin looked like he's a good fighter. I mean, I'd seen a little bit because I got to be honest with you, man. I didn't see the fight. I woke up this morning to that L, so I went back and checked it out. I went back and checked it out, dog. I didn't see that coming, man. I thought Mikey, I got a lot of respect for Mikey, man. Mikey making that Arrow win look bad now. Coming up getting mopped like that, man. And he got beat. I don't hear no robbery. None of that stuff. That boy got beat, man. Got in there with a slick southpaw and took that L, man. Never know, man. I'm trying to tell you. That's why I try to tell y'all about this. Do not count these fighters out till that fight is already in the books, man. And I did it last night, man. What? We said, let's get it, Fannon. Great way to start the boring, fellas. What's the morning, not the boring. Say, CG Cap said, Mikey been eating too much, man. Hey, man. Dang, man. What is this? Benon's ex Luna Drops said, Mikey a bum, man. Mikey ain't a bum, man. Mikey just been out of the ring too long and probably took that dude for granted. It was a slick southpaw. He couldn't catch up with, couldn't pin up against the ropes. And, it is what it is, man. Styles make fights, man. But the dude ain't a world beater now. The dude got 2 losses on his record. So, Mikey's just back to the drawing board, Mikey. Back into retirement, Mikey. You know what I mean? Mikey, I'm sure Mikey got plenty of money, man. Mikey don't want that Regis Prograis smoke now. I wanted to see but honestly, man, you should leave it alone. Leave that Sandor and just kind of chalk it off as a bad night. I thought I was robbed, and go right for Regis Prograis, man. He might have a better fight with Regis Prograis. Almighty KD said, let's get it, Fannon. Great way to start the morning. I read that again, but what's good, man? Darren Griffin in the building. What's going on, man? Almighty KD. Jeremiah Bolt in the building. Marvin Banks, what's happening? Fred Chin said Mikey had a 20-month layoff and looked out of shape. Yeah, man, you gotta stay active. Gotta stay active. Gotta stay active, man. Boogie 9 said, I think Ryan's on that juice. You think so? What was your first clue? Hey, man, honestly, man, any of these dudes that come out looking like a bodybuilder to me, man, I'm suspect on. But I don't know for sure. Ryan Garcia, he's got guilt by association right now. Being up there with Eddie Reynoso and Canelo and Oscar Valdez and all these other dudes that pop dirty, I could understand why people might be a little bit suspect of my man. However, man, until he tests, I'm gonna say it again. Until they test positive, you really can't get on them. You really can't say too much about it, man, because they didn't pop dirty. You don't pop dirty, you didn't pop dirty. You know what I mean? But we'll see as time goes on, man. I thought that shit, yeah. Devin Andrade said, when cherry picking goes wrong, yeah, man. Eddie Hearn set his ass up. Eddie Hearn said, "Yeah, just one quick fight, real quick. We can't afford the Regis Prograis fight. So let me throw you in there with a Spaniard, with a southpaw slick Spaniard, and see how you make out after a 20 month layoff. And Eddie about to sign that dude and have him fight over there in the UK." Space said Mikey Garcia versus Gervonta Davis. Hey, man, I don't think we're ever going to have to see that. Did you watch the Navarrete? Did I watch the Navarrete fight? Nah, I didn't see I haven't seen it yet. I had to spend time with the wife. So don't worry. By the end of the day that I would have seen it, but Navarrete won. I am quite confident because it looked like a mismatch going in, man. Animal Cub 25 said Ryan's still young. He's not on it yet. Yeah, well, man, some of them young dudes is on it, man. Some of them young guys are on it. I mean, I think these guys, some of these dudes, he ain't that young. He's over 20. He ain't like 13, and they got 16 to 17-year-olds on the juice playing football. What's going on? CVP Jr. said Mikey looked terrible. Yeah, man. I saw that, man. Looked absolutely terrible. Freddie Jimenez in the building said, how can a 4-time champion lose to a nobody? It's the same to Mikey staying out so long and partying. Paid the price. Well, first of all, man, let me tell you, man, if Mikey, he's been out, and honestly, man, that style of fighter might have been causing Mikey problems. I don't see there's not been a lot of really slick southpaws that Mikey Garcia has fought that I can recall. So maybe the guy just had his number, man. It was difficult for him to beat. But that 20-month layoff and the fact that Mikey is kind of arrogant, Mikey, I'm quite sure, really felt like it was in the bag for him. I didn't really get any sense of urgency out of him for the fight. There wasn't a lot of talk about the fight, so he might not have got up for the fight. Might not have really trained. Like Lex G said, Mikey looked fat, needs to go back to 140, man. He said Mikey's a 135 pounder. Yeah, man. 140, 135 pounder. He shouldn't be up there. Was that fight at 147? Because it was 147. I'll tell you right now, he shouldn't be at 147. He's not 100. I don't think he's a 147-pound fighter, man. Jay Saul says, salute to you, bro, man. Salute to you, man. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much, man. Fred Chin said, is it 144, 145? Yeah, that's too big for Mikey. And so it's a 140 pounder. Yeah, he's a 135 pounder. He should have took that Lomachenko fight, man. He should have tried to make that Lomachenko fight. At the very least, should have tried to make that Lomachenko fight, man. Christopher Daly said, Mikey, like so many of these modern boxers, fight for material legacy and not fighting supremacy or legacy. I don't know, man. That's a really tough, Christopher Daly, that's really kind of tough, man. I got to tell you, man, because legacy is something, I think this legacy is something that happens. You know what I mean? As you just kind of go through what you're doing and you go through what you're doing and you take fight after fight after fight after fight. That's where I think legacy comes into play. I don't think you can really plot that shit out like that. Because things happen, man. And Mikey probably caught him a bad loss. Mikey should probably leave that dude alone and just still make the Regis Prograis fight and be like, hey, man, because Mikey already lost before. It ain't like Mikey was undefeated. He got undressed by Errol Spence Jr. in a one-sided boxing affair, to a southpaw, to another southpaw. You know what I mean? But I think, that legacy is just something that happens, man. And Mikey's legacy ain't in damage just because of one-off fight. Honestly, I didn't think he looked that good. I didn't think he looked that good against Jesse Vargas because I'm not a big fan of Jesse Vargas. He beat Jesse Vargas, but, man, Jesse Vargas ain't all that, man. Jesse Vargas isn't all that. I thought he should have beaten. I was a little bit worried about him when he didn't beat Jesse Vargas more convincingly. Space said Crawford versus Porter is a great fight. Yeah, man. We're having a good amount of time. We're having some good fights in boxing right now, man. We having a pretty decent time, man, in this little stretch, man. I didn't think Mikey would turn. I didn't think we would get an upset this weekend out of Mikey Garcia. That's a surprise. That was a surprise. But, the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight, the Canelo, I'm telling y'all, do not completely sleep on Caleb Plant in this Canelo Alvarez fight. People are dead asleep on this fight, dog. Dead asleep. And I don't think that now I'm favoring Canelo, obviously. You know, I'm not stupid now. I know, you know what I mean? I'm not stupid now. But Canelo's saying some stuff, man, that just, man, he's saying that he thinks this may be his easiest fight ever and all that, man. Man, hey, Canelo, hey, them dudes you've been fighting have been some bums, dog. I hope you know it. You know what I mean? Like, you see that scene with the Rocky, you know, you ever seen, well, everybody's seen Rocky. When Rocky, it was Rocky 3 with Mr. T. When Mr. T was jumping in his face and Burgess Meredith, I forget the name of it was the trainer for Rocky, who was played by Burgess Meredith, was like, nah, you can't have that fight. You can't do it, Rock. You can't do it. He'll kill you, Rock. You know, he'll kill you, Rock. Because they had been setting him up with all these fights. It was like they were with guys where he could look real good and they could make money and set him up with nice, good fights, man. But then when he got cocky with your boy, Clubber Lang, they're like, nah, man, you can't take that fight, man. You about to get mopped. And hey, man, the dude turned around and got mopped. And then in fiction world, the only place this shit would happen, he goes running on the beach a couple times and turns into Muhammad Ali. Some straight BS, man. My man Jeffrey Brooks in that super chat, man. Thank you for the support. He said it makes sense for Bud to go after TH at Uga's fight. After who's TH at Uga's fight next instead of Keith Thurman. He should beat Spence instead of Ugas, to go after Ugas, to try to get Ugas in the next fight instead of Keith Thurman. He should beat Spence. They ain't gonna give him the fight though. What's going on, Master Yoda in the building? That's exactly, Derek Griffin, I love you say, I'm ranked #1. That means I'm the best. I love that shit, man. I need to watch that movie again, man. What's going on, Master Eden in the building? He said, and the guru Fannon has spoken. Man, let me tell you, can I tell you a little story, digress as people flow into the chat a little bit, man? I really tried to go into the comment section and talk to y'all in the comment section during the week. But man, every time I do that, I get sucked into some of these incredibly scumbaggish ass dudes that be in them comment sections, man. God, dog, man. Jesus Christ. I talked to this dude, and you would have sworn, man. Like, and I'm talking to you just real talk, like it's like we sitting across the table having breakfast, dog. Okay? Man, you would have sworn over boxing that I had like raped his mother or something. I'm like, man, first of all, dude, why are you so amped up on everything that I say? Like, after a while, I was like, man, first of all, I ain't never lied to y'all, okay? If I say something's a rumor, I say it's a rumor. What you want me to do, dog? I like talking boxing. If there's a rumor, I will say it's a rumor, okay? If I say something where somebody tells me that I took what they said the wrong way, I always take the video down. And that shit has happened exactly, well, 2 times. That shit has happened 2 times, maybe 3 times. And honestly, there wasn't even a misunderstanding. I was just like, okay, you don't like it, I'll take the video down. You know what I mean? 3 times, like 3,000 videos, dude. But I swear, dude, they got people that are so obsessed with me, that they remember Jamel Herring getting mad at me. Man, Jamel Herring got mad at me like 3 years ago about some shit. I can't even remember what it was. But I did kind of do Jamel a little bit wrong because I put this picture up with his face like this, like kind of script up and shit. I thought that's what Jamel was more mad about than what I said in the video. But anyway, I took the video down. No biggie, man. Just take it down. All right, if you don't agree, if you think that I did you wrong, just let me know, and I'll take the video down. I ain't got no beef with Jamel Herring, and Jamel Herring don't think nothing bad about me, man. He's Team Crawford. He ain't supposed to like me when I'm trying to call these people out to get these fights. Well, hold on one second, man. My man, Strange J in that super chat, man. Thank you so much for the support. You make the channel rock. Said, good morning, Fannon. Nice weekend of fights. Navarrete and Joette Gonzalez, and the upset of Mikey versus Martin. Love an underdog winning. Yeah, man, I like an underdog winning too. And honestly, man, I don't mind Mikey Garcia getting sat down a little bit. I don't mind. Mikey a cocky bastard, dog. So, hey, man, get back to that drawing board, Mikey. Get hungry. Get hungry, man. But thank you so much for supporting in the super chat, man. Really, really, really thank you so much. Antonio Kendall said, what it do for nine? Man, you know what it do. We out here talking this boxing or whatever y'all want to talk about this fine Sunday morning. I'm in a good mood, feeling right. Got my coffee by my side. Life is good. Got my bills paid. Feeling like I'm in good health, man. All that good stuff, man. You know what I mean? So we just talking. And you guys want to talk about anything, any other subjects, like you want to change subjects or whatever, no problem, man. Just put it in the comment section, man. Simply Marvelous said, really don't know his name was Mikey, but you know his real name. Stop it. What he said, really you don't know his name was Mickey, but you know his real name. Stop it. Yeah, no, Burgess Meredith. Yeah, man, come on, man. Burgess Meredith was in a million things. Burgess Meredith. I don't remember. Hey, let me tell you, I do not remember every character name for Denzel Washington. Okay? I can't tell you what the name, when all that King Kong ain't got shit on me, I can't tell you what his name was, and that's Denzel Washington. I remember who the actual people are, and Burgess Meredith had been in a ton of shit for years and years and years and years and years before he had that shit. But yeah, thanks, man, Mickey. But I remember his real name for sure. His name is Burgess Meredith, but y'all young, so y'all wouldn't know that. You know what I mean? Y'all some chickadees. Like you guys always try to call me old and shit. Look, man, I'm gonna tell y'all about calling people old, dog. You better hope you get here. I'm trying to told you. There's a whole lot of shit talkers when I was in my 20s, dog. They ain't here no more. Some of them ain't here no more. You know what I mean? Trust me, dog. And all that bipping and bopping about you being better than the next man, dog, you better zip your lip, dog. Bone cancer is a motherfucker. Okay? Man, my boy just got my boy from school. Man, I was on his Facebook, man, my guy got bone cancer. Like he got a transplant from his brother and he's going through his stuff and I'm hoping he's going to do well and all that stuff, man. And, you know, we got parents that, you know, they got Alzheimer's, all kind of stuff, man. So, hey, man, enjoy your youth while you got it, but don't talk shit, dog, because I'm telling you, man, some shit is coming one way or the other, homie. You know what I'm saying? Some shit is coming one way or the other, man. We got to be prepared for that shit, you know? Anyway, Teofimo, yeah, I like that shit, man. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's the next fight for Errol Spence Jr. is Spence versus Ugas. He's going to get his hands on those 3 belts, and then you're going to get Terrence Crawford versus Keith Thurman. I like that fight. I like that. If Terrence Crawford gets past Sean Porter, I like that fight. These dudes all need to be fighting each other. And then after that, Errol Spence Jr. is going to beat Terrence Crawford. And y'all ain't going to like it, but it's going to be the biggest fight in several years, man. That fight, they make that shit, excuse my language, if they make that fight is going to be huge, man. I'm still pushing for that fight, man. I be pushing for fights, man. I'm going to keep pushing for that fight. I make sure I do a video on that on the regular, like just to keep it out there. I know Terrence Crawford will say something like his team be like, we're tired of talking about it. Man, I don't care if y'all tired of talking about it or not. All right. Look, man, I need to see some good boxing matches. The Chicago Bears suck, man. Okay. I'm from Chicago. I only watch Chicago's team sports. That's it. Any team sport, I don't get up and like, oh, let me watch the Kansas City Chiefs. No. I don't watch the Dallas Cowboys. No, I don't do it. I have to find a stream with the Bears because I'm a Bears fan. That's how I'm built. And the Bears suck, okay? The Bulls suck. I don't like baseball very much, and I can't stand hockey. So there ain't nothing else for me but good boxing matches, dog. That's why I know so much about boxing as far as the fights that get made. But I'm going to tell you what, man, I'm going to a gym. I'm going to start training because I got to get this fat off my ass, and I do like punching shit. So I used to like to fight. You know, I was kind of a frisky dude in my 20s. I used to start a lot of shit. John Mayfield said, I love my Fannon Sunday boxing talk. Thanks, man. I appreciate that, man, and I like talking to you every day, John Mayfield. Hope that $5,000, dog, has been replenished, and hope your wife get a big paycheck. You get a big paycheck, get your money back. Your money's coming back, though. I'm trying to tell you. Now, if you were to put that money on Sandor Martin, you'd have some dough, homie. If you were to put that money at $5K on Sandor Martin, it might have been a little more risky. But I'm telling you, just like, look, dude, I'm telling you, bet the over. Bet the over on Caleb Plant. Bet the over. Whatever the over is it? Can you do that in boxing? Like, yeah, if it gets past a certain amount of rounds, is that it? Or is that, yeah, you can bet the over in boxing, can't you? I don't gamble much. And when I do bet, I bet on the win. Because I'm like, hey, man, and I hate that I didn't get that easy Alexander Usyk money. Man, that was some good money over there, dog, that Alexander Usyk money. And the over, I'm sure that over was good money for Deontay Wilder, too. Rick Moreno said, Teofimo would stop Glassjaw Haney. Hell no, Devin Haney will beat that dude. Man, you better tell your boy to fight, man. Rick, you better tell your boy to fight. Why are you coming in here to start shit with the clown and all that, dog? You one of them dudes in the comment section to just bring negativity, man. Is that what you're on, dog? You trying to start a fight about Teofimo Lopez as if I've ever said anything too bad about Teofimo Lopez? But look, man, tell Teofimo Lopez to fight some damn body. He's doing a lot of talking and no fighting. Okay? How many years ago was that he beat Vasily Lomachenko? Barely. He eked out that great victory, though. Now, Teofimo Lopez can fight, though. But that ain't easy money over there with Devin Haney, I'm trying to tell you right now. Devin Haney ain't easy to hit, homie. Devin Haney, man, you can say his glass jaw, but you got to touch that. You got to touch that jaw. You think he's going to touch that jaw? I don't think he's going to touch that jaw, honestly. I don't think so. Devin Haney got some, hey, man, I know what my dude said. Reggie the Tree in the building, man. What's good, man? I ain't seen you in a minute, man. He said, what up, fantasy fight? Prime, Larry Holmes, Evander, and who you rank higher, Gale Sayers or Walter Payton? Stay encouraged. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. God dog 2021, Reggie the Tree 2021, man. God dog, man. Woo-wee. I see another hospital, dog. Woo. I ain't trying to do that shit no more. My God, man. Health problems, man, just affected every bit of me, too. Reggie the Tree said, okay, I got that. I'm sorry. So the Evander Holyfield, Larry Holmes, I'll take Larry Holmes over any Evander Holyfield. Larry Holmes better than Evander Holyfield. Who you think ranks higher, Gale Sayers or Walter Payton? Walter Payton. Easy money, Walter Payton, too. Gale Sayers was fragile. Gale Sayers was a great football player, but he's too fragile. Walter Payton brought that funk. Only person that I put ahead of Walter Payton, in my opinion, as a running back, and in all these running backs, only guy that I put ahead of Walter Payton is Barry Sanders. That's the only one, because Barry Sanders was so sick with it, dog. Barry Sanders is so sick with it that I had to become a Detroit fan for a minute because of that dude. Jarrell Adams said, we know Crawford is a great fighter, but how do you think his chin is? Can he stand the power of Porter and, of course, Thurman before he gets suspense? Yeah, he can definitely handle the power of Porter. Porter's not a knockout artist. And, yeah, I think he'll handle the power of Thurman. Yeah, man, I'm a believer in Terrence Crawford, man. Terrence Crawford's a real deal. Ain't nobody knocking his ass out. None of them dudes knocking out. I don't think any of them knocking out Terrence Crawford. I don't. Because I think Terrence Crawford, if he feels like there's some worry, he can be defensive enough to keep you from hitting him. He only really gets caught when he gets reckless. You know what I mean? If he gets a little reckless, he can get touched. But, you know, I don't see any of those dudes knocking him out, man. I see Errol Spence Jr. wearing him down and it being a battle. But nah, man, I don't think any of these dudes going to knock each other out, man. I think that Errol Spence Jr. is the best welterweight. Then Terrence Crawford after that. Then probably at this point, I'd say Boots after that. And then, but, you know, he's not in the mix with those dudes. But I think that they're all evenly matched enough where you're going to get really great fights. I don't think any of these dudes are going to really do too much to the other dude. And my man, Blackwater Boxing in the building, said Teofimo did the community boxing a service by clapping the Loma fan base. I'm very grateful to his contribution. The Loma fan base already crowned him the GOAT prior. It was bad. Thank you, Teo. Yeah, Teo did a favor on that one. I can't lie. Teofimo did. But Teofimo was, you know what it is, man. I like Lomachenko, man. I like Lomachenko. It's just all the hype around him that was bugging the shit out of me. But Lomachenko can fight his ass off. He can fight, and so can Alexander Usyk. It's just with these media people when they talk about the Eastern Europeans are taking over the man. You got two good fighters. Because you got two good fighters, you're taking over the world, dog. Shut up. Used to bug. Man, heck, man, Emmitt Smith. Anybody could run through that with a line that Emmitt Smith had. Emmitt Smith would be 3 yards past the line of scrimmage before anybody touched him because of the line. Man, nah, dog. And he stayed there forever to break that record. I ain't got no respect for that. Emmitt Smith, get out. Emmitt Smith ain't even there with OJ. Emmitt Smith a notch below OJ Simpson. Notch below OJ Simpson, man. And honestly, I don't think he's as good as Adrian Peterson. But, because that was the newest running back I was big on is Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson was a monster, man. Yeah, Sanders is nasty. Where was this? Hold on. Somebody was saying something. Let me get back here. Somebody didn't want to miss, man. Okay, Jeffrey Brooks. Okay, yeah. Said Bud ain't getting that title fight by chasing Thurman. If Spence isn't ready to return, then he should go after Ugas. I don't see nobody stopping it with Bud being done with Top Rank. He's already signed to fight Errol. I can see Al Heyman stopping that shit because they're going to come right back to it. And the WBA, they got all this stuff going on with the WBA. But I like it, man. I like the Keith Thurman. I like Terrence Crawford. If Errol Spence, if Terrence Crawford gets past Sean Porter, I like that fight, man. I like that fight with Terrence Crawford and Keith Thurman a lot, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm not. I have to rid myself of other people's arguments. So at this point in time, a few years ago, I was like, all right, Keith Thurman, you on some BS. But at this point in time, man, Keith Thurman is another guy that can make good fights. Because Keith Thurman ain't garbage. You know what I mean? It's not like an Amir Khan fight. You know what I mean? It's not like an Amir Khan fight or a Kell Brook fight. And even the Kell Brook fight with Terrence Crawford, I was like, I'm cool with that because, he was one of the better fighters, and there's a chance he could give Terrence Crawford a decent fight. But it turned out that his eye was kind of jacked up. But still, Terrence Crawford's the shit, man. No joke, man. Like, Terrence Crawford is for real. He really is. But so is Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, I thought got jobbed a little bit in that fight with Manny Pacquiao, man. I think it was a little bit early from him, and he tripped. I don't even like that knockdown because that knockdown looked so bad. He lost that fight with Manny Pacquiao because of that knockdown when he was backpedaling and Manny Pacquiao was chasing him and he touched him and he fell down. But in the second half of the fight, man, Keith Thurman was coming on, man. Richard, hey, hell yeah, Earl Campbell, you talking about Earl, not Errol Campbell. Earl Campbell, hell yeah, Earl Campbell, they beat that boy to death. Yeah, I liked him from Houston. That's back when I could watch the football, when there were running backs doing shit. I'm tired of all it. I get sick of all those passes, man. Like, I get sick of it. You know what I mean? Like, I get sick of it. It's not, you don't get to see the shakes and the shimmies and all that shit no more. It's just short pass, long, short pass, long when I watch the games. But it's been years since I watched them, so you know what I mean. My man, Makiris Ray said Barry Sanders is a direct beast. Yeah, man. Barry Sanders is a beast, man. I'm telling you, that dude was slick, man. What's that? Binance said Terrence is real reckless. Arrow will eat him alive. Nah, it's going to be a good fight. Ain't nobody eating Bud alive. Ain't nobody going to eat Bud alive. These are fair fights, man. I'm telling you. These are fair fights that everybody has an opportunity to win. And that's what I like about the welterweight division. Everybody has a chance against everybody. As you saw with Sean Porter and Errol Spence. Even though I think it's a little bit exaggerated how close that fight was because every one of the rounds were close, but Errol was getting that money. You know what I mean? Errol was putting that money in the bank on Sean Porter. But, it was a very, very good fight, man. Very good fight. Same thing. I think you're going to see the same thing with Sean Porter and Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, And well, Danny Garcia was kind of, he was dominated by Errol Spence. Like, he was dominated. That wasn't a close fight. That was a very, very easy. That looked like a very, very easy fight for Errol Spence Jr. Very easy fight for Errol Spence Jr. Robert Scott said, Bud stops Errol Spence and moves up to 154 to beat Jermell Charlo for all his belts. Man, Jermell Charlo got other problems. What's he going to do if Castano beats Jermell? I tried to tell y'all going into that fight, man, don't sleep on Brian Castano. We got a rematch up in 154, but Bud ain't knocking out Errol. Hell no. I don't see that happening, dog. Because what's he going to hit him with? I mean, what's he going to hit Errol Spence Jr. with to knock him out? Errol Spence defense is very, very tight, dog. And it's very, very aggressive. And he's right there up on you, man. He's not going to jump in with nothing big. He's not going to jump in with an uppercut but he did Jose Benavidez, dog. He knocked Jose Benavidez's head damn near off his rack, dog. I love that shit. Anyway, man, as you can see, I'm being unbiased. I'm telling you both sides of the story and giving you my opinion. I'm being unbiased. Man, I can't stand that term, dog. We said Crawford got reckless against Gamboa and Kavaliauskas. Yeah, because he's going in there to try to get you up out of there. Yeah. But with those guys, he can afford it. With those guys, he can afford it. Caesar TAMG says Sweetness, Sanders, Adrian Peterson, Earl Campbell, Cam Newton. Damn, you gonna put a quarterback at the runner? Man, come on. Is Cam Newton a better runner than Randall Cunningham? Because I didn't really see too much of Cam Newton. I ain't gonna lie. I saw Cam Newton coming out of college, and I watched him for a little while, but then he started dressing funny. And once they start dressing funny, I kind of turn off, man. I just got to tell you the truth. I'm not into all that feminine shit you young boys is into, dog. I'm not into all that femininity, dog. I'm not into that Russell. What's that dude? Russell Westbrook. I ain't into that Russell Westbrook, Cam Newton, Lil Nas type dumb shit that y'all young boys is into, dog. You know what I mean? Like, do you? By all means, do you? If you want the lip gloss, if you want the polished nails, the multicolored polished nails, if you want all that, man, hey, dog, knock yourself out, dog. But just don't expect me to be watching, dog. I can't do it. You know what I mean? I can't do it. I can't do it. Way too many softies, which is exactly why I think that Teofimo Lopez, I can't get too hard on Teofimo Lopez, and I can't get too hard on Devin Haney because neither one of them are really soft. Neither one of them act soft. But y'all thinking that Teofimo Lopez is going to walk through Devin Haney? Hell no. And by the way, there's other cats that can beat Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez better stay away from. I'm going to tell you who Teofimo Lopez better stay away from. Better stay away from Regis Prograis. Regis Prograis gonna get that boy a good ass thumping. I'm telling you. He better hope Regis Prograis, if you match the style of Regis Prograis with Teofimo Lopez, I'm telling you right now, dog, at 140 pounds, Regis Prograis gonna thump that boy. If Teofimo wins it, which he may, he gonna take a thumping. He's gonna take a thumping, dog. A nice thumping. Blackwater Boxer said Teo delivered. Man, he delivered in 2020. When was that fight, dog? How many months has this dude been off? He got to come on and give somebody else, all right? He beat Lomachenko. He don't want to do the rematch. He's going to fight Kambosos and lead a weight class. So as far as I'm concerned, Teofimo Lopez beat Vasily Lomachenko because he was a 140-pounder. He's just bigger than Lomachenko. And Lomachenko had to give that dude some respect for some rounds. And then he started to slapping Teofimo Lopez around for a few rounds. Don't lunch, dog. Teofimo Lopez is not a better fighter than Vasily Lomachenko. He's bigger. He's bigger, and he got that fight. Man, dog, you better be glad there ain't no 15-round fights. Put it that way. Teofimo Lopez better be glad that they fighting 12 rounds and not 15. Because if that fight was 15, Teofimo Lopez about to go to sleep against that little Ukrainian. Trying to tell you, that little Ukrainian can go. Don't lunch on him just because he was overhyped. You know what I mean? Like, Lomachenko was overhyped. That don't mean he can't fight. You see what I'm saying? Don't mean he can't fight. Tyson Fury is a cheating son of a bitch. That don't mean he can't fight. Okay? And I was saying that pretty much the whole time. And I kept reiterating that. Tyson Fury is a dirty-ass fighter. And yeah, I know that dude cheats in fights. I don't even guess whether he cheats or not. He cheated. He broke a lot of rules, just like other fighters do. You know what I mean? Kovalev did it. Vladimir Klitschko did it. Vitaly Klitschko did it. George Foreman did it. Whole bunch of those big old heavyweights would grab your head, hold your head down. Ali would do it. Ali hold your head all day. When he was back in the 70s, oh, he'll grab your head. I don't know so much about him hitting you while he's holding your head, but he may have done that a few times too. Those guys do that shit in the ring, man. You know what I mean? But regardless of that, dude, Tyson Fury can fight, man. Just like I wish people would have gave Deontay Wilder his credit. Man, Deontay Wilder can fight. Lomachenko, he was overhyped when Bob Arum was talking about he's great as a best fighter since Ali and da-da-da-da-da-da-da, right? Like there was no such thing as Roberto Duran, no such thing as Hagler, no such thing as Hearns, no such thing as Floyd Mayweather Jr., right? Or Juan Manuel Marquez, or whole bunch of fighters that can fight their asses off. But that don't mean that dude can't fight. I'm telling you. And Teofimo Lopez, you got to do it more than one time, homie. You got to do it more than one time, dog. So in the midst of these guys' argument that they were having last night, where one guy was telling the other guy, like, when Teofimo Lopez told Devin Haney, like, you faking it till you make it. You want to fake it till you make it? I'm like, man, you faking it. What you talking about? You talking about you some big-ass star, dog. You ain't no big-ass star. Like, what are you talking about? I do that same thing all them people like to do when they say, go ask somebody their name. Go ask people if they know who Teofimo Lopez is. Man, don't know nobody outside of boxing know who Teofimo Lopez is. And don't nobody out of boxing know who Devin Haney is. They are attractions to hardcore boxing fans. And they deserve that. They are world-class fighters. They are fighters at the top of their weight class. But, dog, ain't none of them dudes made it to the Hall of Fame now. You know what I'm saying? It's like they go back and forth talking about something and neither one of them have accomplished, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only people, in my opinion, that should be talking like that are fighters that have really already, like, they've already proved it through the course of their career. Guillermo Rigondeaux going to the Hall of Fame, dog. And I don't care what monster bastard, but that little raggedy-ass monster anyway got to say. Guillermo Rigondeaux already put his work in. Canelo Alvarez going to the Hall of Fame. He put his work in. You can positive drug test, whatever. He put his work in. That dude's going to the Hall of Fame without a doubt. You know what I mean? Andre Ward towards the latter end of his career. Deontay Wilder can talk some shit. Tyson Fury can talk some shit. Those dudes can talk. AJ can talk some shit. Those guys have literally really, you already know what they are because of where they fought. You know what they are, and they deserve that. You don't know what Teofimo Lopez is yet. Don't know what Devin Haney is yet. Don't know what Ryan Garcia is yet. The only dude that you got to get a better idea about what they are as a full picture is Gervonta Tank Davis. And even Gervonta Tank Davis still got to have some real fights, you know? Blackwater Boxing said, I like Loma, but media guys like Joe Tessitore and Loma stands drove us all crazy. Dude was crowned GOAT with a 9-1 record. Oh, absolutely. No doubt. No doubt. The overhyping of Lomachenko, I was on that too. But now that we move forward, you know what I mean? He's not being overhyped at all now. You're not hearing him talked about by these guys for nothing. Really. Nobody's talking about how great a fighter Lomachenko is anymore. They went completely silent on the guy. So what I see right now is I see a guy that's very underrated in Vasily Lomachenko. He went from somebody that was getting sold to somebody that is now underrated. Because ain't none of these dudes at lightweight guaranteed to beat that guy, man. He can beat every one of those dudes. He can, and from what I can see. Hey, man, John Mavis said, man, thank you for those super chats and supporting Fannon International Boxing. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. On the real, man. Robert Jeremio said, Tank, Gary Russell Jr. I got Gary Russell Jr. in that fight, man. But I'd love to see it. But you know you're not going to see it. I'd love to see it, but you know you're not going to see it. They don't want that smoke from Gary. Most obvious thing in all of boxing, in my opinion, they don't want that smoke from Gary. None of them little dudes want to fight Gary. None of them. They'll talk about it, but when it comes down to it, they don't really want that fight. I don't believe it. Or their handlers don't want that fight. I think the fighters would fight. Like Devin Haney. Devin Haney would fight Gary Russell Jr. He would fight him. So I'm not going to put that on Devin. DAZN, I don't know about them, though. Their matchmakers might have looked at that shit like, I don't know about that, homie. I don't know about that. That dude, you can say what you want about how often he don't fight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, John Mayfield in the building coming through, man. Thank you for thanking people for me. Cash Man said, hey, Fannon, let's talk about why Bob let no-name fighters fight big names and Crawford fought the other no-name fighters. Why was that protected? Let me go through that again a little more slowly like. Let's talk about why Bob let no-name fighters fight big names and Crawford fought other no-named fighters. Why was that protected? I just think he's cheap. And honestly, there weren't a lot of fighters over there at top. Well, let's put it this way. Let's go through his record and be as fair as, man, he's active enough. He fights every year. He fights every year. Every year. He fights every year. They don't want to fight him. The only people he can get to fight him is his mandatories. But we'll get on Gary Russell in a second. That's one of my favorite subjects. Because that's not an excuse not to fight the guy. Oh, he's not active, so I don't want to fight him. What is shit? That shit makes no sense. Well, he doesn't. We would fight him, but he's not active enough. So you're going to keep him on inactive. How about you fight him so he can get active? You know what I'm saying? You guys are active fighting nobodies. Anyway, to be looking at the situation with Terrence Crawford, this is how I take it. At 135 pounds, when he got to 135 pounds, Bud beat every good 135-pounder that was available to him. He beat Ray Beltran. He beat Ricky Burns. At 140, he beat Breedis Prescott. He couldn't have done any more because Adrian Brawner was the top lightweight, and Adrian Brawner left the weight class. When he went to, and he skipped to 147. When he went to 140, he fought the best fighters that were available to him at 140, and he unified at 140. There's nothing wrong with that, dude. He deserves credit for that. When he got to 147, really and truly, everybody that we want to see him fight is represented by the PBC. They were on two different sides of the street. That's real. I just wanted to see the man take the fight. But now that he's fighting Sean Porter, all of that's gone in my book because he's fighting Sean Porter. And now he would have fought, you know, a legitimate top welterweight. So for me, I'm cool. All I needed to see was him fighting the dude. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to tell you. Once he gets into that fight and he takes that fight, I'm good with Terrence Crawford. No joke. And I know Terrence Crawford can fight, dog. I am not stupid. You know what I mean? The Rugged Chronicle said, can Usyk become undisputed at heavyweight? Absolutely. Absolutely he can. Yep, but they're not going to let him give it. I bet you they don't give him a shot. I bet you they don't give him a shot. Bet you. But he's got all the belts. It's funny all of a sudden, though. You notice something? Let me ask you a question if anybody's noticed this. Anthony Joshua had 3 belts and was the man in the heavyweight division because he had 3 belts over Deontay Wilder. Because Deontay Wilder hadn't beat anybody. Alexander Usyk now has 3 belts, and Tyson Fury has 1, and nobody's giving Alexander Usyk the same respect that they gave Anthony Joshua. He's the guy that holds the WBO, the WBA, and the IBF. Usyk, not Fury. If Fury want to prove he the man, Fury still got to fight the guy with the 3 belts. I'm telling you, the media is real funny how they pull that wool, how they switch shit up. That's a switch up. Deontay Wilder, only person Tyson Fury has beaten is Deontay Wilder. And they never gave that dude no credit, and they never gave Deontay Wilder any credit. But Tyson Fury now is all of that and a cup of tea because he beat Deontay Wilder. See how funny that is? See how the goalpost shifts depending on who it is. And Bob Arum is the one shifting those goalposts. The great Bob Arum too. I love listening to Bob Arum. I know he crooked as shit, but I swear to God, man, his ass is funny. And the only thing I wish, man, when I came out of law school, I swear to God, man, if I could go back in time, dog, I would be going to New York and trying to get a job with Bob Arum. So I can learn some shit from Bob Arum, man. That dude right there got it on lock, dog. Richard said, facts, preach, Newt, preach. Absolutely, man. It's about marketability. Nah, it ain't. Well, how do you define marketability? That's interesting. That I guess is the question. How do you define marketability? You know what I mean? How do you define that? Like, I don't get it. Is it the people that you think will market, that people will buy, or is it the person that you want to sell to people? I don't know, because Floyd Mayweather Jr. was never marketable. He has never in his career fallen under the definition of marketable. Never. And he's a bigger star than all of them. But he's not marketable at the same time. Have you ever heard people say, oh, Floyd sold all those numbers because he's so marketable? Never heard it. Muhammad Ali was not marketable. Not marketable. If you take everything about Muhammad Ali and you put him out here right now, he is not marketable. He's arrogant. He's very, very arrogant. He's Muslim. He was not the greatest fan of white people. He was hanging out with very unmarketable. You see what I'm saying? Like, so I don't even, That's who they want to market. That's how I think they use the word. They are people, do I want to sell him? Do we want his characteristics associated with our brand? Right? That's what I think. Because how's Tyson Fury marketable? The dude looks like a troll. And I'm telling you, I'm saying, he literally looks like an ogre. Literally looks like an ogre. He ain't the best looking dude in the world. He ain't from the United States. He's got all kind of shit in his past. He ain't that marketable. And he ain't that big a star. And I'm telling you, he ain't that big a star. He's not as big, but they're going to try to make him that way. And I'm telling you, it's not going to pan out. It'll pan out for him. He'll make a lot of money, but never like those guys. You know what I mean? Larry Holmes beat Holyfield in unanimous decision before he got beat by Tyson. That is not true. Larry Holmes definitely did not beat Evander Holyfield. No. And Mike Tyson fought Larry Holmes while Evander Holyfield was still a cruiserweight. So nah, man, I think Curtis Burnham, I think you got your facts switched up. But that's all right. Sir Monstro said the hate is real. No, it's not, man. It's an analysis, man. It's just an analysis. I don't hate Tyson Fury. No, I don't wish him any ill will. Very, very good fighter, dog. Very good fighter, and he earned it. No joke. In that last fight, he earned that. He got concussed and got the fuck up again. He earned it. That's a tough dude, man. He obviously put the work in that gym for years and years and years to become a very highly skilled fighter, man. He earned it. If you all think I'm going to drop to my knees and grab his zipper, no, I'm not going to do that. There's no reason to do that shit. I'm not like y'all. I ain't swinging from his cojones, homeboy. However, I will tell you that the dude can fight, most obviously. Yeah, man, get the likes up, man. We got 400 people in the building, almost 500, and we're going to be talking for a while this morning. Ain't no rush this morning. We can talk through boxing. Give Lopez his credit. He's the best lightweight. I don't know if he's the best lightweight or not. Why does he deserve that? He beat Lomachenko. He said he's beat one guy. He didn't beat Devin Haney. He ain't fought Gervonta Davis. I don't know that he's the best lightweight. How would I know that? He doesn't have the best resume. Gervonta Davis got a better resume than him. What do you mean? Yeah, you know who else beat Comey? Robert Easter Jr. beat Comey. So what? Richard Comey ain't all that. Like, oh, we beat Comey. Who the fuck is Richard Comey? Who is Richard Comey? So what if he beat Richard Comey? Like, so what? He got his belt beating Richard Comey. Congratulations. What does that mean? Because Richard Comey beat Ray Beltran? Man, get out of here. Look, Teofimo Lopez still has to prove himself, man. And he's beaten Vasily Lomachenko by the hair on his chinny motherfucking chin. Okay? Good job. So did Orlando Salido. Orlando Salido going to the Hall of Fame? You think Lomachenko wasn't undefeated? Wasn't undefeated. He had just got dropped by Jorge Linares. Went the distance. Lomachenko was having a little bit of difficulties at lightweight, homie. Because he's a 130-pounder. He ain't that big. And Teofimo Lopez should have been fighting at 140 pounds. But how do I know he's better, dog? He got to fight somebody. He got to fight Tank before I know it. Tank got a better resume than him. Yeah, because he got more than one fight on there. And he's a better fighter. And he's a better fighter than Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion. But I will tell you this. Teofimo Lopez is the top lightweight because he got 3 belts. But I don't know if he's the best lightweight, man. I don't know that. I don't know it. He is not super over. He is a knockout puncher for sure. He cracked and stopped Comey. But he also went the distance with Nakatani. He also had Nakatani giving him all kind of problems with Nakatani. I mean, and Nakatani got walked through by Lomachenko. Walked through. He does. He's got belts at 130, 140, and 140. He's got belts at 120, at 130, 135, and 140. What you want? He's undefeated. The dude has knocked out everybody he's fought over the last, 4 years or some shit. What? Does Ryan Garcia who got a better resume than Gervonta Davis? Does Devin Haney? No. You think Richard Comey? Dude, no. I don't think he's got a better resume than Gervonta Davis. Because he got Lomachenko on there? If that's your argument, okay, he's got a better win. He's got a better win. But Lomachenko ain't fought Gervonta Davis. No, man, I ain't giving that shit to him. He had mental health issues against Nakatani. You damn right. He kept getting punched in the brain. That shit'll cause your mind some health problems when you keep getting punched in the face. Nakatani was doing some work on that in that fight, and that dude won that, but he won it. You know, Teofimo won it. Teofimo will knock you silly. He's a highlight reel. Dog, I got to see him, dog. I got to see him. I'm trying to tell you, I got to see that next fight out of him, dog. I got to see the next fight before I say that he's better than Gervonta. I don't believe yet that is the case. I think Gervonta Davis is the better fighter, man. He's a more well-rounded fighter. He got just as much crack. As Teofimo Lopez. He got more hand speed. He's got better footwork. He's got better defense. Literally, I think Gervonta Davis does everything better than Teofimo Lopez, with the exception of being big. He's not as big as Teofimo Lopez. But as far as anything in the ring that I've seen him do in the ring, man, Gervonta Davis looks to me to be significantly more skilled. And I just still think, but hey, you know what he can do? Fight Devin Haney. Fight Devin Haney, fight Ryan Garcia. Make it happen. We'll see. Make it happen. But I haven't seen it yet. You know, I just haven't seen it. So there's only so much it's only so much I can give the man. You know what I mean? It's only so much I can give the man. Let me see, man. We got about 500 people in the building, man. Let's hit the like button kindly. Let me go over here real quick. Yeah, man, come on. Y'all be cheap on the likes, man. Come on, man. Even you hater-ass dudes can hit the like button. You know what I mean? It ain't costing you nothing. Hit the like, man. Hit the like. Hit my like button for me, man. All right? I'd appreciate it. Out here with this car. It's good. I'm really glad I did this thing this morning, man. He said, did you see the video? Haney had T.O. dad scared as fuck. Hey, I don't know if he was scared, but I'll tell you this, dog. I thought they was about to throw. Like, that looked like they some froggy-ass dudes, dog. I don't think I could get called a pussy that many times to my face and not slap that dude. Like when Devin Haney might have called him a pussy like 10 times. Like, he called a pussy like 10, 11 times in his face. I was like, huh? Hi, you got about one more pussy, Devin. And I don't give a shit. Like, dude, I swear to God, I know Devin Haney is as little as he is compared to me. Dog, I ain't trying to fight no Devin Haney, dog. But, dude, if he would have called me a pussy one more time, dog, I'd be like, dude, you got one more of them pussies to fly out your mouth, dog, and I don't care. Okay? You got one more pussy to throw out your mouth. And it's gotta be what it's gotta be. And then we go. And then I get whooped. But God dog, man, you come serious, man. How many times is Teofimo Lopez gonna let the same man call him a pussy in his face, man? Honestly, he should have swung. He should have swung on him. We should have got all that. We should have got a fight out of that. Robert Jaramillo, Yaramillo said, good morning, Fannon. Let me make you laugh. Raleigh says he KOs Tank in 30 seconds. That there, you know Raleigh knows he's gonna lose. Raleigh ain't got no doubt that he's gonna get knocked out. Raleigh just glad he getting that paycheck. They gonna give him that nice chunk of dough. And he's happy about that dough. You know what I mean? That's what he's happy about. He about to get that money. Congratulations, Raleigh, ahead of time. You're gonna take an ass whooping for a lot of money. Because I can't see that. And now if that upset happens, I'll be beside myself. I will be absolutely shocked if that pops off. I'll be absolutely shocked. Blackwater Boxing said, look, I understand everyone ducks Devin Haney. I get it. But at the end of the day, Teofimo has a better resume, much better. Than Haney, a little better. A little better. A little better. But he does have a better resume than Devin Haney. But look, man, if people won't fight you, so what brand of coffee you on, Fannon? It's a French roast, and I couldn't tell you because my wife buys all of them. I get these little Keurig things, and I never know, which brand it is. I couldn't tell you. But the type is a French roast. I like dark. I don't put anything in. It's just black coffee because I like the energy that it gives me, man. Copper Rap Radio said disdain for T.O., not disdain. It T.O. that's talking crap when he's calling out fighters, but that want to fight him. Teofimo took too many punches. Teofimo don't need to have a long career. I'm gonna tell you right now, Teofimo don't need to have a long career. Teofimo already kind of loopy. He don't need to have a long career, man. I'm telling you, no long career for you because he's loopy already. Or he's just not very bright, one or the other. Because he'll say one thing, and then it'll be over there, just say shit that don't make no sense. Like Gervonta Davis clout chasing you. When he says that Gervonta Davis is clout chasing him, I say go get a CT. Go get a CAT scan. Immediately. Go get a CAT scan. Gervonta Davis is not clout chasing you, bro. Trust me. Dude, Gervonta Davis does not need Teofimo Lopez with the hookup that dude has gotten. Okay? That dude you can say what you want about, because I don't like his competition level, don't get me wrong. But his popularity and the amount of people that support him really support Gervonta. Nah, man. Gervonta Davis is not on the same level. Teofimo Lopez is not on that level, dog. Not. All of those guys are trying to get there, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Tank is a little bit older than them, And Tank has put in more work. And matter of fact, Tank beat 3 people this year. He's would have fought if they don't fight before December. If Teofimo Lopez does not fight George Kambosos before December, Gervonta Davis would have had 3 pay-per-views since the time that Teofimo Lopez fought Vasily Lomachenko. He ain't now, to use your Gary Russell Jr., that's called inactivity. Right now, Teofimo Lopez is an inactive fighter. He said Teofimo Sr. all fire up after Haney leaves. Hey man, honestly, man, you call somebody a pussy that much time, them hands gonna fly, dog. Usually, they were kind of. I was surprised. I was shocked. I'm glad they didn't, but I was kind of shocked. Because I'm gonna tell you this right now. I know for sure. If Devin Haney would have called Tank a pussy like 6-7 times, he got slapped. If he would have called Canelo Alvarez a pussy like 7, 8, 9 times in his face, dog, they throwing hands, dog. You know what I mean? I just couldn't believe Teofimo sit there and took that. But, he said, facts, hands, dude, he literally was standing there talking about pussy. I was like, God dang. And these dudes want to talk, man. I'm like, yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know about Teo. Teo a different kind of dude, man. Teo's a different type of dude, for sure. Windy City Assassin said cocaine's a hell of a drug. I hope he ain't on that cocaine, man. I hope he ain't. Man, I don't look, man. Blackwater Boxing. Y'all got to put some respect on Teo's name. You were all happy. He saved us from the Loma. And look, Teofimo Lopez is a good fighter. He has not proven it yet. I want to see the Lomachenko rematch, dog. And he ain't saved us really from that cult because honestly, Teofimo, there was no Lomachenko cult outside the media. There was a media, you know what I'm saying? There was the media jocking him up, man, and they abandoned him. And that's because that's what those media guys do. Bob Arum says, hey, we got somebody, it's Teo time. It's the takeover. It's the takeover. Now it was Teofimo Lopez they tried to pump, but guess what? They can't pump Teofimo Lopez because Teofimo Lopez ain't fighting nobody. But if he was fighting, they would be pumping up Teofimo Lopez like crazy. When the engine starts, they're going to go all behind Teofimo Lopez. Hold on one second, man. Let me go back because I think, was there a super chat that I missed? Don't think that there was. Okay, did not miss him. But let me check the like button real quick, man. Hey, come on, man. We got 500 people in the building, 255 likes, man. Let's hit that like button. 2 months said Teo is crazy. Said he was betting 100K on Raleigh to win over Tank. That's the super chat I missed. That's the super chat I missed. Hold on one second, man. I don't know why it's not showing up on this side. But let me say it again. My man, Chick in the building, man. Much love in that super chat, man. He said, Teo is crazy. He said he was betting 100K on Raleigh to win over Tank. That is just stupid. That is just flat. And shout out to him. Let me make sure I give a gong. I ain't been gonging today. My man, Chick in that super chat, man. Thank you so much for that super chat, man. Strike that like button. Absolutely, man. Strike that like button. Strike that like button, man. Yeah, man, Chick. That's just dumb. Hey, man. That's just dumb. You know what I'm saying? That's just dumb. Why would you do that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, I can't stand you, Anthony, Joshua. I can't stand you haters. Let me tell you, to the bottom of my heart, I don't like y'all, okay? Because you come around just trying to put people in bad moods for the fuck of putting people in a bad mood. You ain't even that big a fan of Tyson Fury. You're not, okay? Some cats really are just speaking the truth, and I can take that. You know what I mean? Like my man, for example, D-Style Boxing. Haven't been on D-Style Boxing's channel a long time. D-Style Boxing, dude, says what he believes. Whatever that is, he's going to say what he believes. I may not always agree with him, but I can respect that. But y'all hater ass dudes you don't stand for shit. My man DSV Company said, imagine talking to Jermell like that. There is no talking to Jermell like that. There ain't no talking to Jermell like that. That's a fight popping off, man, right away. But look, man, I can't, even all through that thing with Deontay Wilder, bro, I'm still riding with Deontay. But every time somebody told me to pick that fight, I refused to pick a winner. Because I was like, man, come on, man. You know ain't shit going to change in Tyson Fury's corner. Whatever it is that was going on in that second fight, whether you call it cheating or everybody was wrong and it was no cheating, was going to happen again. And I'm glad Deontay Wilder took the fight, and I'm glad that he knocked that dude down 2 times, and people are actually giving that man a credit for being a warrior now. But I was not going to tell y'all to jump out there and put $10,000 on Deontay Wilder. I wasn't going to do it. Because it's just like, nah, man, more than likely, you'll lose your money. Because it's just analytics. Just being analytical about it. If you are dumb enough to put $100,000 on Riley Romero, just give me the money. You know what I'm saying? Just give your father the money. Give your grandmama the money. Donate the money. Dude, donate the money to your local school. You know, to say, you know what? I'm going to support Riley Romero by giving $100,000 to Spina Bifida. Do something like that, where the money can go somewhere and not just go to a casino, okay? Because Riley Romero is going to get his ass bopped, and you know it. So why would you do it? I just don't get it. RSA Boxing Life says, salute, good brother, coming in late. Mikey got dominated. Wow, yeah, man. Mikey got taxed, dog. Mikey got taxed. And that's what you get for all that layoff, dog. Cabri said, Drew, dog, I hope Riley wins so you can have something to say. Tell the truth. Be a man about it. You picking Riley. Who's Drew? Oh, Drew, dog? Drew, dog, Tank better hope he don't lose. Man, get out of here, man. Hope he don't lose against Riley Romero. There's a sucker born every day, huh? There's a sucker born every day. Sucker born every day. If you think Riley Romero is doing jack shit is going to do jack, excuse my language, is going to do jack with Tank Davis, man. Ain't no way, homie. Ain't no way. Jeremiah Hill said, Tank stops anything from 130 to 140? No. Can't go that far. Can't go that far. Can't go that far. I got to pull it back a little bit on that one. At 140, I think Tank can beat anybody from 130 to 135. In those 2 weight classes, I think Tank is pretty much gold. However, very complicated fight with Lomachenko. Very, very complicated fight with Lomachenko. But anybody from 135, 130 and 135, I'll go with Tank. When you get into the 140 realm, no, too big. Some of them guys too big, man. Some of those guys are too dang big. Because they're not really, like Josh Taylor ain't no 140 pounder dude. That dude on them, and from what I can see, he's on them diuretics. You know what I'm saying? He's on that weight, those diuretics, shrinking his body down to that weight, man. That dude is 140. Josh Taylor's a 147 pounder for sure. Josh Taylor don't walk around looking like Bernard Hopkins does. You know, like Bernard Hopkins is always lean, always looks like he's right there near weight. Man, Josh Taylor looked like a 154 pounder, 12 up until about 3 weeks before the fight. You know what I'm saying? And then he gets into training camp, and by the time that he gets to weighing himself in, is so dehydrated and so sucked in, dude absolutely looks like a cadaver at the weigh-ins. And then boom, weight right back on him the next day. Nah, man, Josh Taylor ain't no, man, Josh Taylor like 30 years old. Josh Taylor is 30 years. What's Josh Taylor, like 30? Josh Taylor ain't no young dude, man. Josh Taylor's closer to 30 than he is to 25. I think Josh Taylor's around the same age as Errol Spence. If he's not already 30, he's pushing 30. That dude ain't young, man. Not at all, man. Not at all. What? Goodbye, dog. Nice knowing you, homie. Nice knowing you. Reality pop star. See ya. Wow. Like, you deserve a wow for that one. Why in the world would somebody be gay for saying that somebody 147 is big for to a guy that weighs 130? It is big. He's big for the weight class. Get it? If Josh Taylor walks around at 155, 160 pounds, which is where he walks around, like 160, and he drops down 20 pounds to make 140, and then the night of the fight, he pops back up to 155, he's walking in the ring at 155. Tank is in the ring at 142. That is like, because Tank ain't fighting at any higher than about 142, 143 pounds. That means Josh Taylor would be weighing 10, 15 pounds more than him when you actually have the fight. What does that have to do with anybody's sexuality and whether or not they like men? But the way that you got your hair flowing over the top of your shoulders like that made me tell me something about you, though. Can't stand y'all, man. Always trying to talk about some sweetie pie shit. Always got to go straight to it, huh? Lord have mercy, dog. Go straight to it. I don't get you. Dale McCray said, you can't talk about running backs without talking about Herschel Walker. He is the true phenom here. Look good in the grapes. 8 today. Herschel Walker, man, Herschel Walker, one of the great overachievers in boxing, man. I mean, in football. Man, Herschel Walker, to me, Herschel Walker is the Terrell Biggs of football. He was supposed to be all that but he wound up being a good, like, combo back. Like, from what I recall, he's a good combination back. He could run, and he could catch, right? He run and he could catch, and he was always in shape. So he was always there. He ran the plays, all of that. But Herschel Walker ain't no Bo Jackson. You know what I mean? Bo Jackson. He's supposed to be like Bo Jackson when he came out, man. Dale McCray said, you can't talk. Okay, I got that. I got Dale McCray. I got you, man. All right. They said 29, I think. Yeah, there you go. Like 29, man. He ain't no young kid, man. You know what I mean? Cinnamon Savage said he's saucy, man. It's like, man, will y'all stop with that shit? Like, every time, man. Like, y'all always run to call somebody gay, man. Like, you're obsessed with that shit. Stop, man. Find an insult that has something to, a better insult, man, than that. Like, you got to be gay if you think that somebody that weighs 160 is big. Not if you weigh 110. You weigh 110. That look like a big dude to me. You know what I mean? Shaquille O'Neal literally I remember Shaquille O'Neal called Ben, what's the name? The dude, the center for the Detroit Pistons. Ben, they called him Big Ben. Ben, he made the Hall of Fame and everything, man. He had a speech impediment, but anyway, Big Ben, the center for the Ben Wallace, exactly. Ben Wallace. Dude, Ben Wallace is like 6'8", like, I don't know, 6'8", 230 pounds. To me, he looks like a very big man. To me. Looks big to me. But to Shaq is like, you're little. He's like, come on, little man. You're too little. You know what I mean? You guys act like Deontay Wilder is little. Deontay Wilder ain't, or there you go. Alexander Usyk is 6'3", 230 pounds, man. That is not a little man. That's quite a big man, dog. It's a big man. You know? King said, love your commentary. You're the best at it right now. Keep it up. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that. Absolutely appreciate it. I get a lot of hatred, though. And that I don't like. Got to tell you, man, you guys need to stop being dicks all the time, dog. Oh, stop being dicks to people all the time, man. Just coming by the comment section just to harass people, man. Get a life, or not get a life. Find some happiness and some joy in something other than trying to tear other people down, man. Or maybe it is that people don't want to listen to you talk. So you're kind of salty. I can understand that. Herschel wasn't better than Bo Jackson. Are you kidding me? Oh, I didn't say he was. I didn't say he was better than Bo Jackson. I said the way they talked about him. I said the way that they talk about him in the way that they talk about him when he was coming out of Georgia, he should have been like Bo Jackson. It wasn't, didn't he go to Georgia? I think Herschel Walker's in Georgia. They might have both been in Georgia. But he should have been like a Bo Jackson or something for all that they talked about him. You know what I mean? Andre Jefferson, man, what's going on, man? Grand rising to you also, man. Man, Bo Jackson was not overrated, man. That dude came in and did his work, man. Drew Dog said, ain't never hated on you, bro. We've grown. MS have. Hey, I appreciate that, dog. And I know I've never heard you. I never heard you hate on me, dog. I was just like, I just be bugging, man. Sometimes, man. Stop spamming, Drew. Hey, he got riches for the spamming. Spamming gets. Oh, okay. I'm not talking about you, Martin. Okay, that's what's up. Okay, I was like, man, don't put that shit on me, man. I got all kind of dudes in the comment section. You said Deontay Wilder was going to knock out Tyson Fury in that last fight. No, I didn't. Man, what do you mean you didn't? No, I didn't. I never said that. You lying on me. Or you just assuming. You said Deontay Wilder was the face of boxing. No, I didn't. When did I say that? No, that's BFTB. And BFTB has an argument for that. So if you don't agree with something that BFTB said, go saunter off over there to BFTB and argue with BFTB about what BFTB said. Now, I don't have a problem with BFTB said. My personal thing is I don't think that there is a face in boxing. I don't believe that there is a face in boxing. Powerhouse will say, yeah, you never made a prediction. Hell no, I ain't make no prediction. Because that's a cop-out. No, it's not a cop-out. I would be copping out if I made a prediction that I didn't believe in, just because you are trying to pressure me to do it. That is copping out on myself. Like, I guess I just got to do it. I guess I got to say who I think is, even if I don't think it, I don't think it. If I don't think it, it ain't thunk. I'll tell you flat out, though, that I wanted Deontay Wilder to win, and there ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Words Are Power said Wilder had a broken hand and a shady ref. He really won the fourth round. There, I said it. Hey, man, this is a beautiful example, man, of how to have a good conversation with somebody not being a jerk. See, me, I disagree with that. And I'm just going to be very, very honest. I disagree. I think that Tyson Fury could have got up. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like he got knocked down. And he got on his knee and he turned around. And by the time he turned around, they were still counting. And he still could have got up. And also, it's the ref's count. It's the ref's count. So if the said me lost and my wife still isn't talking to me. See, but here's the thing though. Words are got a point, dog. You know what I mean? If he yeah, you know what I'm saying? Copper River Agony said Martin keeps it real, most aren't listening. Yeah, man, I don't bandwagon on shit, dude. That shit gets me in trouble with everybody. Gets me in literally, dude, on both sides of the fences. That shit gets me in trouble. Like with people, man. You know how many people were pissed off with me because I wouldn't say that Gary Russell Jr. was ducking Devin Haney? Because I couldn't say it. I didn't believe it. I listened to everything that everybody was saying, and I made up my mind about what I thought. And I'm telling you, I got more heat over that shit than it was crazy. It's both sides. Just It's like, look, man, at the end of the day, man, I'm going to tell you what I think, okay? And if I think it, I think that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You know, if I listen to something that somebody says in an interview or whatever, and I have a takeaway from what I think the point that they're making is, dude, I'm going to say what I think the point with their, if I was off, I'll tell, and somebody says you're off, okay, I was off. But I'm going to tell you what I think, man. I'm not going to tell you what you want to hear. And you guys are, and then you guys run around and talk about somebody being biased. Like as if I can't tell you, I can tell people what most of these people that call people biased, I can tell you what they think about something before they even start talking. That's when somebody is biased. When you know what somebody's going to say before they even start talking, then you know. When you make assumptions about what somebody said based on who they associate with, you're being biased. Anyway, my man Wurzar said, yes, Fury was the better fighter, but I do believe due to certain factors, a number 4 is in order. Hey, man, I can ride with that. Let's make the fight. But they're going to have to, it's going to be, Deontay Wilder's going to have to get his redemption through time. And I'm telling you, some of those, I'm telling you, it works out in real funny ways, dog. You know what I mean? Errol Spence struggles with weight. Sources, please. I mean, I think he has struggled. Errol Spence is the source of that. He was struggling making weight because he was gaining a lot of weight in between fights. Now he's training now. He's got a 6-pack right now because he was just showed tape of Errol just showed tapes of himself and he's in the gym with a 6-pack and there ain't even no fight around him. There was a little bit of time there when Errol Spence Jr. was struggling making weight. Third Eye King said, hey, Fannon, did you hear what Joe Rogan stated about Fury being knocked down in the 4th? No, I didn't. I don't listen to Joe Rogan's. Excuse me. Nah, man, I don't listen to Joe Rogan. I gotta listen. I gotta get out there and with a little bit more, man. Like, cause I hold on. What is this? Hey, man, we got 400 people. Can we get the likes over 400, man? Please. It'd be great, man. Hit the like button, man, if y'all just came in, man. No, I didn't. What did he say, though? Let me know. If I see your chat, I'll read it, though. And I'll let you, if you can put it in the chat, I'll see. John Mayfield said, but if most people watch the channel would know he never picked a winner, he was just going for Wilder. Yeah, man, dude, I'm telling you. These guys just talk a lot of dumb shit and don't listen and make a lot of assumptions about things that I say. And I still tell you I want Deontay Wilder to win. And honestly, I talked about them. I thought Tyson Fury cheated because I thought Tyson Fury cheated because I saw the evidence was presented and I was like, yeah, I can see it. So I ain't changed my mind about anything. Didn't change my mind about anything and told you going into the fight. What he said? Hold on 1 second. How do you think Errol Spence Jr. walks around at 180? So no way does he walk around. Errol Spence is a little guy, man. To me, he ain't walking around in 180 pounds, man. He don't look like he walks around. He's probably walking around like a 165, something like that. Probably too much. But if he can walk around at like 155, something like that, and he can somewhere close where he doesn't have to, it's not that hard to lose weight, he'll be good. You know what I mean? But he's never missed weight, so, you know. Cinnamon Savage said, how long does Errol's have at 147? A couple years. However long he wants to stay there, I think, as long as he stays disciplined. If, what's my man's name? Bernard Hopkins stayed at 160 pounds for years and years and years, being disciplined with what he ate. I wish I was as disciplined as Bernard Hopkins. If he has that Bernard Hopkins type of discipline, he can stay there for a long time, man. A long time. It's just whether or not he wants to do that or not, and how many fights are there. But I suspect he's going to stay there. He wants to stay there until he can unify it, and honestly, I hope he does, because right now there's nothing really for him to move up to at 154 pounds because those belts are all jammed up there. Ron Miller said, I sent you a link on Twitter. That's what's up, man. Thank you, man. You remember how much weight Winky used to cut? No, I didn't know. I didn't know, man. I didn't think he had to cut that much. But I'll tell you what. Hold on. Oh, man, that is jump back, man, on accident. Cinnamon Savage said, even without the interruption, Fury would have still been up at like 7 or 8. Yeah, he still would have been up. I think, but it doesn't matter, man. It's like the strict rule is that it's the count of the ref. So, yeah, it was the ref going slower than somebody else would have. Absolutely, they're two different people. You know, he didn't go 1, 2, 3 like I would have. Let me be the ref on that dude. I'd have been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're out. Like I'd have been flying through that shit to get his ass out of there, but I wasn't a ref. Anyway, Tyson Fury got up, man. He continued to fight, man. You know what I mean? Fake Drew Titan, huh? Okay, I do need my meds though, man. I had to take high blood pressure. Had to take my high blood pressure, man. Why you guys do that, man? Seriously, man. Shout out to Drew Titan, man. Great channel, by the way. Good. Hey, and you the same guy that came over here as boxing ego. You need your meds, man. Why do you do it? Why do you do it, man? What good does that do you, man? Seriously, nobody believes you, homie. Like, why would Drew come over here and just insult me for no reason? Just like you went over there to Drew and insulted him with my name on it. Get a life, man. You know what I'm saying? Just get a life, bro. We talking about boxing, man. That's all it is, man. We're trying to talk about boxing, a sport most people really, really, really enjoy, man. That's all we trying to do, man. Like, seriously, to all you bitches, and I mean it, because that's what you are. You're bitches. Seriously, man. All we trying to do is talk boxing, man. That is it. I enjoy boxing. Powerhouse Watson enjoys boxing. Cinnamon Savage enjoys boxing. D-Style enjoys boxing. Boxing Ego enjoys boxing. You know, Marcus Villegas enjoys boxing. All these different people do we like boxing, man. Why do you bring your raggedy ass into conversations trying to make people feel bad about themselves? Why? Over a sport, man? Over a sport that you claim you like? Why do you like the sport of boxing, dog? You don't know very much about it. And you just go in there trying to insult people, man. Why? Ask yourself that sometime, man. Because I know you're not going to be honest enough in this chat. But seriously, man, why? Why do you feel like your job is to go and make other people feel bad about themselves? Why? Do you really gain anything out of that? You don't. So why do you persist, man? Seriously, man. I'm being dead serious with you. I hope you go into a mirror and think about that, man. Really. I hope you sit down and think about that. Dude, we're just talking boxing, dog. Ain't nobody stealing nothing from nobody. Nobody hurting anybody. We all just talking, man. We all just talking. That's it. Sit down. We watch the fight. We don't have people right next to us to talk boxing. So we come to the same place and we talk with each other. But you want to be the dickhead that comes to the room pissing all over the carpet, throwing mud on the walls, farting in people's faces. You know what I'm saying? Just think about what you do as if we were all sitting in the living room talking. You would never do that. You would never have the courage to do that. You know what I mean? But anyway, James, I sometimes, no, he has life. And every once in a while, I'm going to say something to him. Because I want you to understand, bro, you're the sad one, not me. You're the sad one. You're the one that needs some medication to make you feel better about yourself. So you don't feel like you got to kick people that ain't never done anything to you. Really and truly. That's a sign of sickness. Just going somewhere where nobody has done anything to you and just kicking them, dog, that's telling you that you need to find help, friend. You need the help. And some of us need help too. I definitely need help with you bitches out of my life. Anyway, back. He didn't like that, by the way. Words are, you should not entertain good dialogue with interruptions from people with a spirit of disgruntled churring. Oh, trust me, dog. They didn't like that, dog. That shit hit him in the stomach. Way deep in the stomach, dog. The truth. I'm trying to tell you, man, the truth be killing him. I'm trying to tell you, that nigga went and cried. I'm telling you, that's the type of shit that'll make you cry. That's the kind of shit that make them dudes cry. They don't like that shit because that's real unadulterated truth. You ain't doing nothing but coming in here and bugging people, dog. That's it. You know they don't like that shit. For now, you keep being true. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. But anyway, man, now let's move on, dog. Now let's move on, dog. Man, Copper Aborigine said they cams using Drew's name and pics with no wrench. Exactly, dog. Because Drew might not have a wrench because I got rid of all my wrenches. But if Drew Titan came to the channel, I'd give him a wrench. You know what I mean? In a heartbeat, man. It's a good dude, man. And it's just about boxing, man. It's just about boxing. Big Rough Boxing says, salute Fannon. Please keep your high blood pressure in check. I'm on dialysis because I didn't. Hey, man, thanks, Big Rough. No doubt about it, I am, man. I got the medicine. I'm taking the medicine. I tried to do it without the medicine, but I'm like, nah, at this point in time, I got to make sure I do whatever I can because I'm, over 50, without a doubt, dog. I'm doing that, man. I ain't trying to have no strokes. I ain't trying to do none of that stuff, man. But I had a bad weekend this week as far as my diet went, man. So got to get better at that, man. Deuce killed it, man. Said, your channel is the truth, bro. Let the haters hate. Hey, they come on in here and hate, man. He said, oh, yeah, he comes. Ron Miller said, you get mine, give me a wrench. No, man, I don't mind. Hold on a second. Do I gotta wait till this goes all the way down to the end for me to see you? And then, yeah, for sure. But yeah, it derailed the conversation for a minute. But it is what it is, man. Sorry about that. What do you say? Metformin and cardio. Yeah, I got to get better, man. Fannon, I'm a therapist, and people that hate is because they hate people's quality they don't possess. Damn. You got a therapist coming in on you, man. They hate people that got qualities that they don't possess. Yeah. Cinnamon Savage said, I have high blood pressure as well, Fannon, and I'm only 27. Shake my head, man. Space, give me a minute on that, man. I don't want anybody jumping in my stuff, messing my stuff up, man. For now, we getting old. We have to eat more green vegetables and shit. Yeah, I eat my green vegetables though. I don't lax on my green. I don't really lax on my green vegetables. I eat my green vegetables. T said, Fannon, do you watch anime? No, I don't really watch anime, man. I can't get into it. My son is big into anime. The only anime that I watch is like the Boondocks. It was black anime. I like that. But nah, man, I don't really watch a lot of cartoons, man. I don't really watch a lot of TV, quite honestly, man. Lately, I've forced myself so I can be in a better mood. I forced myself to watch a lot of South Park because I just got to get my head off of boxing, got to get my head off of work and stuff. So I can zone out and be in a better mood. So I'll do stuff like that. So I watch stuff like that, but I don't watch, just generally speaking, dude, I don't watch it, Blackwater Boxing says, Spence said I would move up in weight. I walk around in the high 160s, so I definitely move up to face Canelo. I'm a big welterweight. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if he walks around, but if that's what he said, that's what he said. Because I do believe I do recall him saying that, man. I do recall it, man. Said, I want to see Francis versus Bone Jones. Man, you got me on that, man. You got me on that, man. You say you ask a grown man about anime. Yeah, dude, I don't do anime and I don't do video games. I used to be huge on video games. And one day I was playing video game. I was playing like a basketball game. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Like I was getting my, paid money to get my attributes up and all that. So I was like, man, what are you doing, man? You're spending all this time and energy building absolutely nothing. So that's when I got a YouTube channel. I switched off of, because I was like, at least with this hobby, I can build this hobby. You know what I mean? And really enjoy it. Only the Funk said, I disagree with you on the Russell Jr. versus Haney saga. But the beauty of this channel is that you brought another point of view that really made me think. On a side note, I wanted Wilder to KO Fury too. Exactly, man. Now, see, I can appreciate that, man. Exactly. I mean, you know, some people, dude, it's just, it's just boxing, man. At the end of the day, those two dudes were either going to fight or they were not going to fight. That's it. They were going to fight or they're not going to fight. There's no need to get all upset about Devin Haney. No need to get all upset at Gary Russell Jr. At the end of the day, man, these dudes were going to fight or they were not going to fight. And I didn't think that they were going to fight. Didn't think that they were going to fight. You know? But, you know, it is what it is, man. You know, but I appreciate you leaving that message, man. I appreciate that. Because that was just a lot of drama, like just unnecessary levels of drama, man. Unnecessary levels of drama. You know, Space said, wrench, man, you asked again, man. All right, man. Look, Space, don't fuck me over on this wrench. All right. How about that? All right. I'm doing this. But let's get back to boxing talk because I ain't got shit to do today. Seriously, man. I love talking boxing with you guys. But let's push this thing back on to the boxing conversations. You know what I mean? He said, Martin, you gave Ron Miller a wrench. He going to shape shot these casuals out of here. Hey, man, get the K. Just don't overdo it, man. Please don't overdo it. I use the wrench, man, so I can recognize you. And I know that there's at time to time there's a lot of trolls in there. But some people, man, if you just have conversations with them, you know, there ain't no need to beat them up that bad. No need to beat them up. If they come in here faking, like you get a fake boxing ego or you get a fake, you know, somebody like that comes through, you know, get rid of them. But that's really just more respect for like boxing ego or somebody like that. Somebody fake dude that comes in there, you know, get rid of them, man. But don't really overdo it. But ask me some boxing questions, man. Shanula Farmer said, Mikey lost. Wow, what up with that? Hey, man, he took that dude. Hey, no problem, Space. Took that dude for granted. Bad style, took the dude for granted. He got his ass whooped. That's what's up. That's what's up with him. Man got his ass whooped. And that's what's up. I don't even mind it, dog. Because I like, you know, Mikey Garcia is a really good fighter, man. But, he's a really good fighter, but he's kind of half in and out of boxing, man. And he's, you know, hey, he could get knocked down a peg. I didn't really mind. I don't mind, dog, because some of them dudes over there be talking, especially his brother. I like Mikey. I ain't a big fan of his brother. That's who I ain't a fan of. Not his brother, Robert Garcia. You know what it is, man. Why you think Mikey fell off like this? He ain't fought in 20 months, and he fought a slick southpaw that wanted it more than him. And he needs to be down in a weight class, a smaller weight class. Seriously, you need to be in a smaller weight class so he can carry some real power. Not fighting guys that big, man. You know what I mean? That's me, said Fannon. What up, OG? How's everything with you? Salute, chat. Oh, man, everything is good, man. Everything is good. I think I missed a super chat, though. To my man, make sure I don't miss the super chat. Only the Funk said that. That's what's up, man. I appreciate that, man. That you didn't get, you know, we didn't get all locked up in our feelings about it. You know what I mean? Because, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, that was a situation where it was like, but honestly, bizarre, man. To me, I found it bizarre. Michael Kirkland said, you think Galata that fought Riddick Bowe could beat Fury? No. Andrew Galata ain't that good, man. Andrew Galata just a dirty fighter. No, Andrew Galata, I don't think any version of Andrew Galata could beat Tyson Fury. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. I agree with Drew Dog. Drew Dog said Mikey needs to box at 135 any heavier and he gets pieced up. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, honestly, man, he had a hard time with Sergey Lipinets. He had a little bit of a trouble with Sergey Lipinets. And on the real, I do believe, what was Mikey? Robert Easter Jr. just seemed like he was scared of Mikey, man. Robert Easter just wasn't all he, you know. He's a better fighter than Robert Easter Jr. Robert Easter Jr. just always fighting in the trenches with him. You know what I mean? But as you saw, Mikey Garcia got outboxed by Errol Spence Jr. Just completely outboxed. So it shouldn't be too much surprise that he got outboxed by somebody. Muhammad Ali beats Fury. You know, I'll put it this way: when Fury's career is over, he's not going to be mentioned in the same breath as Muhammad Ali. So as of right now, they can do all the talking about who Fury can beat and where he is with all-time greats and all that stuff. When he retires, though, that's when the proof is in the pudding. When he retires, always, I maintain that. When somebody can remember you like they remember Joe Louis, if they can remember you like they remember Jack Johnson, or remember you like they remember Sugar Ray Robinson, guys like that whose names carry over for centuries, that's when I think people can start saying, you can start talking a little bit about whether or not what these guys mean in all-time lists and all-time greats. Because they're really just, you can't, you know what I'm saying? And on top of it, Tyson Fury, in order to meet him, he's got to beat Usyk, he's got to beat Joshua, and he would have to fight those guys multiple times too, not just one time. You know what I mean? He'd have to fight these guys and beat them multiple times. That's what I think, man. Said nobody beating the 70s Ali, not the 60s Ali. The 60s Ali is the real Ali. That's the nasty one. Is the 1960s. 1970s, there was guys in the 1970s that beat Ali. You know? He lost to Joe Frazier in the 1970s. 1960, that Ali is really, really special. Really special, man. Really, really, really special, man. Ron Miller said, Martin, just because Fury beat Wilder doesn't mean Fury has had a better career than Wilder. Wilder has 10 title defenses. Yeah, exactly. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Tyson Fury has got a lot to, he's like, Tyson Fury's not had the career that Evander Holyfield has had. He hasn't had the same career. He hasn't had the career that Lennox Lewis has had. He hasn't had the career that Vladimir Klitschko had. He hasn't had the career that Vitaly Klitschko has had yet. He has to, that's why I didn't necessarily agree with Sean when I didn't agree with Andre Ward when he said, he can rack it, he's done everything he can do, he can retire. Man, why don't you dominate the division for a while, man? Just keep on fighting and prove that nobody can beat you because you keep beating everybody 2-3 times a year. You know what I mean? Where you can just see Tyson whooped another one. He whooped somebody else. And not Sefi Safiris, and Pinetas and guys like that. You know what I mean? Tyson Fury now, I think, really needs to fight the guys that are at the top of the division other than Deontay Wilder. You know? That's where I am. Yeah, I would take Vitaly Klitschko over Tyson Fury. I think that would be a very difficult fight for Tyson Fury, Vitaly Klitschko, because Vitaly Klitschko's very, very awkward, and he's very, very tough, and he also is very big. He's like 6'7". That's a big old boy, too. He's not that much smaller than Tyson Fury, you know? And he's on that juicy juice, too. He's on that juicy juice to booty boot, for sure. Jared Anderson, hey, you got to stop that, Drew Dog. I'm going to time you out, homie. Drew Dog, don't do that anymore. I'm going to block you. Just telling you. You put the same thing in the chat 4 times, dog. Come on, man. We saw it, man. Robert Yaramillo said, Ali said, I'm so fast, I turn off the lights, and I'm in the bed before the light goes out. Yeah, that's just fun. Who said that originally? Somebody else said that shit originally, man. That was originally somebody else, man. Mike742 said, I think a prime Riddick Bowe would give Tyson all he can handle. Yeah, it's good fights, man. I'm telling you, Usyk. We're going to see this Usyk. We're going to see Usyk and see what happens with Usyk. See what happens with Wojciech. Hopefully he will fight the guys and not just say, I'm better than everybody. That's it. You know what I mean? On paper, I'm better than everybody. You know what I mean? Hey, Blackwood said, drop a super chat if it's that serious. Exactly, dog. That's what the super chats are for. So you don't spam. If you want something really red, put it in the super chat, man. Support the channel. Support the channel. Like these other dudes do, man. They support the channel. What's going on? Is that John, the real John? No, that's Jason Page, not John Page. He said, How would Wilder do against an 80s Mike Tyson? I don't know, man. I think he'd lose to Mike Tyson. To the early Mike Tyson, he probably would lose. Mike Tyson's a hell of a fighter. I think Mike Tyson's a better fighter. That's tough. You know what I mean? It's tough. Mike Tyson can really fight, man. I think all those guys in 80 are better than these guys, man. Better fighters. But I would take Mike Tyson over Deontay Wilder. I would take Lennox Lewis over Deontay Wilder. And I just think I would maybe take Riddick Bowe over Wilder. But the thing is that they better not get touched. They better not get touched. But those guys are guys that were boxing from very young ages, man. They were boxing from very young ages. You know, and that I do believe that means something. When a guy picks up boxing when they're 10, 11 years old, you know what I mean? That means something, man. Picking up sport. That's why Deontay Wilder's career is so amazing. Is because he picked it up so late. And honestly, dog, where I'm not so, Tyson Fury got to beat somebody else before he gets all of that shit. Seriously. He may just have Deontay Wilder's number and gets in there with, I'm telling you, Usyk could be a tougher fight than a lot of people think man. You know? Raven said, Usyk needs to outsmart Fury in his game plan, like how he did Joshua. I think he needs to press him. He ain't gonna beat him fighting on the outside. And if on the inside, if he's a better inside fighter, then that could be a mistake for Tyson Fury to try to fight him on the inside. It's gonna be a difficult fight for him, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Santos in the building. What's good, man? He said, Fannon, appreciate the live on Sunday. 1, do you think Haney versus Loma can happen if no Teofimo Haney or Loma Teofimo? I think it can happen. I think but I do believe that Devin Haney, that Teofimo Lopez would have to leave the division and there have to be some belts out there. And 2, do you think Bob would give Teo Taylor or push Loma Teo? I think he would push Teofimo Lopez versus Josh Taylor. And at that point in time, Teofimo Lopez is going to lose. I think Teofimo Lopez is going to lose to Josh Taylor. But I also know that they want to make the Josh Taylor versus Terrence Crawford fight too. So it's just I think Top Rank's in a good position there. They can go either way with that. They can go either way with that Josh Taylor fight, man. Either way, man. But I think that Terrence Crawford beats Josh Taylor and Josh Taylor will beat I think Josh Taylor beats Teofimo Lopez on points. Unless Teofimo Lopez really catches him. Because Teofimo Lopez got a lot of power, man. You know what I mean? Johnny True Blue Staley said, Lopez isn't getting Taylor, Bud is. Well, it depends. He'll be at 140 in his next fight. He said he's going to fight Kambosos, then he's going up to the next one. You know? He's going to go up a weight class. So he very well may, man. You know? He very well may. Giovanni Walker said, when are you going to get another bell for that super chat? I'll have it by Monday, man. I've been lazy on that. To get another bell, I like my gong, but I'll move it. It rings through my house. Yeah, I'll figure it out, man. Said Josh Taylor's not beating Teo. Why not? I think he will. I think Josh Taylor can fight, man. Why? My question for you is, why are you so sure that Teofimo Lopez is going to beat Josh Taylor? Teofimo Lopez, man, Josh Taylor can fight, man. That dude ain't no joke. He's a fight. He can go from southpaw, orthodox. He's got good power. He can fight from the outside. He can fight on the inside. I think Josh Taylor will get him, man. I think Josh Taylor will get Teofimo Lopez. He's got very good hand speed. He's intelligent. He's fought and beaten good competition in Regis Prograis and Jose Ramirez. So I mean, I think he's a proven fighter. I don't know about y'all. There's some holes in that game for Teofimo Lopez. At least from my perspective, there's things that Teofimo Lopez still got to prove, man. Hold on. Teofimo Lopez versus Antoine Russell at 140. Antoine Russell. If and when that fight happens, give me Antoine Russell. He don't want that smoke. No. He don't want that, DC. He don't want that. They don't let that out the bag too often, dog. I'm trying to tell you. They don't let that out the bag. They're gonna try to keep that one in the bag. They're gonna try to keep that in the bag. They're gonna try to keep Chris Colbert in the bag. They're gonna try to keep them boys in the bag. I'm trying to tell you. He gonna try to keep them boys. No, he's not. Antoine Russell's a 140. 140. 140. Antonio, you're talking about Antonio. And Gary Antoine Russell is at 140. Gary Antonio Russell, I do believe, is at 118. He's at the smaller one. You know? Jorge Hernandez, your perspective has let you down countless times. You should not win, Jorge. Win. In boxing. In life, yes, my perspective has let me down. Okay? I've made some bad decisions in life. But win, Jorge, has my boxing perspective let me down. Trust me, I can count them. Y'all, I can count them on one hand, Holmes. One. Okay? And that is Mikey Garcia versus Adrian Brawner. That is that one. That, my perspective let me down on Adrian Brawner versus Mikey Garcia. I would really like to know when were the other times that my perspective was wrong. I will wait, homie. Because trust me, if I don't know the winner, I ain't picking it. And I know that there's guys that I've wanted to win that have not won, but they wasn't no shocker. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't no shocker. Robert Yaramillo said, I believe David Benavidez is the most feared fighter right now. Thoughts, Mr. Fannon? Yeah. At 168. At 168. I think you may have something there at 168. I think you may have something there at 160. That's at South African. I think you may have something there at 168, my friend. Yeah, David Benavidez is one of my favorite, man. Without a doubt, man. David Benavidez can fight, man. I mean, can fight. I would just wish. It's just unfortunate, man, that he lost his belt, man. You know, it's just unfortunate he lost his belt the way that he lost his belt. You know, and those guys ain't trying to get it back to him. Ain't trying to hand it back to him no time soon, dog. No, but I think he is the best. I think he is the best at 168. You know, Canelo exception. You know, him and Canelo, that's, you know, because Canelo, man, it's hard to pick against Canelo. It really is. It's very hard to pick against Canelo because Canelo can fight. Canelo ain't no joke, dude. Canelo really can fight. So for me, it's tough for me to pick against Canelo. And honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that I don't want to be a hypocrite, I would be supporting Canelo because I like Canelo, man. I almost want to believe the horse meat shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Canelo so much as a fighter that I almost want to believe that contaminated meat dumb. I almost want to believe it. Like, no, better yet, I want to believe it. I want to believe the contaminated meat. But I can't believe it because I don't believe it. So I won't say that I believe it. So I'm stuck in a position where I have to criticize a fighter that I like a lot. And that really bugs me, man, because there's so many people that call me a Canelo Alvarez hater. Like, yeah, this is Canelo Alvarez hate. No, it's not, dog. The guy popped dirty, man. What you want me to do? I call him number one pound for pound, and then while I know he popped dirty? That's tough for me to do, man. It's just tough for me to do. But anyway, as far as David Benavidez goes, it's hard for me to pick anybody to beat Canelo, really. The only person that I am like almost certain beats Canelo is Demetrius Andrade. And that's a style thing. I am almost certain that Demetrius Andrade beats him. And I know that shit comes from left field, but I am almost certain that I'm almost, Lord, what about boar meat? No, I don't believe the boar meat, dog. No. Yeah, Don TV, that's the only one that I'm almost certain he beats him. It's a style thing, man. Man, let me tell you something, man. Demetrius Andrade has everything that causes Canelo Alvarez problems. Everything. I'm not saying that Demetrius Andrade will beat Jamal Charlo and then he'll beat David Benavidez and then but I'm telling you, that matchup for Canelo Alvarez is a terrible matchup for Canelo Alvarez. Number one, it's a southpaw. Number two, he's got great footwork. He's a great counterpuncher. It's a bad matchup for Canelo. I'm telling you, man. That's a bad matchup. Everybody's got bad matchups. And everything that I see with Erislandy Lara, I see with Demetrius Andrade, and then a little bit. And then a little bit because Demetrius Andrade is a bigger puncher than Erislandy Lara is. And I don't really think that maybe I'm wrong, but it's just a bad matchup for Canelo. But that's pretty much the only guy that I think that about. I want to see the Jamal Charlo fight, but I'm not totally convinced Jamal Charlo can beat Canelo because it's a straight up fight. It's a lot more like Canelo versus Jamal Charlo is a lot more like Gennady Golovkin versus Canelo Alvarez. It's a lot more like that. It's a lot more like Daniel Jacobs versus Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Jamal Charlo is going to be there. Jamal Charlo's not super slick like somebody that is where you're going to have a real hard time ever laying a glove on him. If Demetrius Andrade don't want you to hit him, you're going to have a hard time hitting him because of his footwork. Demetrius Andrade is very, very good fighter, dog. People can say that he's boring and, it's not interesting and stuff like that, dude. But Demetrius Andrade I'm telling you, that is a tough matchup that's a tough matchup for Canelo. And one of the reasons why Canelo will say, you're never going to get the fight. I'm never fighting you. I'm not interested. Yeah, I know you're not. I know you ain't interested in that one. That's a bad matchup for you. Seriously. That's just like there's bad matchups for Gervonta Davis, like Robert Easter Jr. If Gervonta Davis fought Robert Easter Jr., that's a bad matchup for him. I'm telling you, a bad matchup. If Robert Easter Jr. fights tall and long, because it's just the height difference and all that stuff. If he gets the way Robert Easter fights a lot, though, getting close, he'll probably beat him. But somebody that stays out long and tall like that could be a problem. Could be a real problem for him. There's problems with. I'm telling you, like they say, styles make fights, man. And we talk boxing over here, man. This ain't a fanboy channel. My man Michael Kirkland said, I think you missed my $2 super chat. I'm sorry, man. Hold on. Michael Kirkland said, who did I have between Thurman and Pacquiao? Man, I said that I thought Thurman could win the fight, but I was kind of iffy. But I did have Thurman. So I missed the Thurman. I did take Thurman. But it wasn't a strong pick because I knew it was like, kind of pick. But I picked Thurman in that one. So I did flag that one wrong. Though I still stand by it, though. My rationale came through in the next fight, though. Yeah, but if I recall correct, and I do recall correct, I know I had Thurman in that one. Because I was not picking no old-ass Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? And then it came true on the second one because I picked Ugas against him in the next one. But yeah, I did have him in that one. You got me on that one. So that's 2. I did get that one. Yeah, Blackwater Boxing said if Thurman didn't get dropped, he would have won. Absolutely, man. Yeah. Well, maybe he would have won. I don't know if he would have won. Maybe he would have won. Maybe they would have gave him that credit, man. Maybe they would have gave him that credit. Santos said, Fannon, good point on Colbert. 130s and 135ers are running. Do you think we see Wilder, AJ, and will it be as big as it was before the losses? 4, will we see you on the Boxing Voice as a panelist one day? You know what? On the 1, thank you. Number 2, yes. And number 4, you know what, man? Maybe, man. Maybe. I think because, you know, man, because it's funny, man. I'm kind of in a shell right now, dog. You know what I mean? Just kind of in a bit of a shell. Like, I'm not watching a lot of people's, like, I watch BFTB's videos, and that's about it. Like, I watch BFTB, and that's about it, man. Other than that, man, I've really been trying to stay in my own lane. I've been trying to just keep my focus, you know, just on talking boxing in the live streams and doing videos and all that. So maybe, man, because I like the Boxing Voice. My only thing is the timing, because I think they go on the same time as me. And usually I see them like at 8 o'clock in the morning. But thanks, man. You know, I'm sure I'll get abused on the Boxing Voice though. You know, not by Ness or those guys. Those guys are good guys. I like their channel a lot. Don TV said if Tank and Easter exchange punches, Tank will KO him because Tank has power, especially when he throws his uppercut. Yeah, that I agree 100% with that. No doubt about it. Pac said one time can crack. Yeah, man. And that, oh man, he was cracking him. He showed his chin though, man. No doubt about it, man. But as far as with Santos, but what you asked about will that you see? I hope so. I hope we see the Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua fight. I do, man. I really, really do. Because I think that's a good fight. And that's a fight that needs to be made. And it's not going to be as big as it was, but it's still a big fight. It's definitely still a big fight. And I don't think anybody really should draw any conclusions about the heavyweight division yet, man. You know, at all. Because Tyson Fury being like crowned the king of all the heavyweights, I'm not 100% there yet, man. I'm not 100% there, man. Not. He got dropped, man. Deontay Wilder dropped him 4 times. He ain't going to keep getting up. Okay? Like, that's not good. You know what I'm saying? It's not good that Deontay Wilder can turn on him as tired as Deontay Wilder was and still hurt him that badly on a punch that was kind of short. Dude, I think Tyson Fury's chin ain't there. You know what I mean? His chin's not there. So I'm just not 100%. I'm not going to give him. I think he needs to fight Usyk, man. I think he needs to fight Usyk and prove it against Usyk. And then after that, he need to go fight everybody else and keep it rolling. You know what I mean? Let's see. Caleb Plant can box. Yeah, Caleb Plant can box, but you know, Caleb Plant at some point in time is going to have to sit down and go and he will sit down and go at Canelo. But there's a problem, man. He bruises easy, man. I don't like how he cuts so easy. He said it was his sunglasses, so maybe it was his sunglasses. But man, if you get cut off a slap, I don't know, man. That skin look like it's kind of tender. And I'm thinking, you know, I don't know, man. I like Caleb Plant though, man. I like Caleb Plant. I like him. I'm not 100% convinced he can beat Canelo though, but I do believe it's a better fight than a lot of people are saying. You know, people ain't necessarily giving that man his credit, man. Kaboom Rang. I haven't seen you on the channel before, I don't think. Welcome to the channel. Joshua versus Wilder. Joshua versus Wilder and Fury versus Usyk. It's the same night at the same time. The people will watch Joshua Wilder without a doubt. That's absolutely Wilder Joshua is bigger than Fury Usyk. I agree with that. But man, your boy better grow a pair though, dog. You know what I mean? Better grow a pair, man. Did you hear what Tim Bradley was saying about Anthony Joshua? Man, Tim Bradley was disappointed in Anthony Joshua, man. And he was talking about it like weeks after the fight, man. You know what I mean? Hey, man, if you're new to the channel, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. Copper Aborigine say, facts, Martin. I thought the same thing. My question is, how strong is Deontay Wilder? He was spinning from himself, being knocked down in the third. Yeah, it's like, and he caught him close. You know, he caught him close. It wasn't at the end of his punch. It was a short right hand, very short right hand. Now, Fury was coming in at the same time. Like, he was leaning in and got caught while he was leaning in. And Deontay Wilder came on, he threw a very straight one. Boom. And got him. See, this is why? You are a BS guy if you think Plant will have a chance. Dude, Plant's got a chance. What do you mean? He has a chance, dude. He absolutely has a chance. How big his chance is, you can debate that. But the man has got a chance. Y'all gonna be sick, I'm trying to tell you. Everybody has a chance, man. Everybody has a chance. Everybody has a chance. Within reason. You know, I don't have a chance with Canelo because I ain't fighting. I don't have a chance with Canelo, okay? Monster Inoue don't have no chance with Canelo. Caleb Plant is a legitimate 168-pound champion, and the man has boxing skills. He has a chance. He may have a dimension to his game that we have not seen yet. And I'm telling you, Canelo Alvarez ain't fought nobody in a minute. So Canelo Alvarez might have to adjust to a guy that's coming in there really trying to win, where he may not have seen that in a little while, man. You know what I'm saying? Might not have seen that in a while. I'm not going to say the man doesn't have a chance. The man got a chance, man. Obviously, the man got a chance. But you know what it is. Go ahead and abuse people who don't agree with you. You're so stupid if you don't agree with me. Ugh. Don't underestimate the man. Like I said, I'm not picking Caleb Plant to win, but I ain't about to write that man off because he is a very skilled fighter and an excellent athlete, man. Excellent athlete. Real Life Living said, facts, it's a fight. People, everybody has a chance once in the ring, whether it's 1 or 100. There's always a chance. I mean, exactly, dog. 1 or 100? He said, shout out Inoue, man. Inoue, man, dog. Why Inoue got to insult Rigondeaux like that, man? Man, I was just getting in. After Rigondeaux's performance in which I'm like, yeah, you're old. Like, Rigondeaux's performance proved to me that Rigondeaux is now old, without a doubt. He didn't want to get into the contact. He wasn't going to let that little ball of steroids, Casemiro. I don't care what you say. That's a little ball of steroids over there, Casemiro. Bum rush him and all of that stuff. And he ran. But man, dog. Fannon, can Inoue compete at 122? Yeah. Who's at 122? Yeah, he can compete at 122. Ain't nobody really at 122. Who's at 122? Yeah, I think he can compete at 122. Man, that's what he was. Casemiro's a little ball of steroids. And I don't care what nobody say. That dude moved up. He wasn't knocking anybody up and knocking anybody out till he moved up 3 weight classes. He wasn't knocking anybody out until he moved up 3 weight classes. And as you can see, he can throw punches all day. Don't never get tired with a bunch of extra muscle put on him. Get out of here, dog. Get out of here. He said I don't think he was robbed. It is what it is. He was running, dog. Rigondeaux was running, man. No doubt about it. And I'm a huge Rigondeaux fan. Rigondeaux's over 40 years old. He's a little dude. Got his check. He was happy too. Rigondeaux was happy. He's like, yeah, after the fight, like F everybody in the crowd, dog. You ain't about to have this little ball. I'm telling you, this ball of testosterone coming out here knocking me out. I'm going to frustrate the boy all night and make him miss. And he loved it. It was funny. It was funny for me. You know what I'm saying? And Zulu Lion said Plant can take him 12 rounds, but if he takes him 12 rounds, it's still going to be a decision loss. You know what I mean? Yes, it was a terrible fight. Terrible fight. I gotta agree with that, man. And I'm team Rigondeaux all day. One of my favorite fights, but it was definitely a terrible fight, man. Ugh, is what I thought about that fight, man. You know what I mean? Yuck all day, man. But look, man, thank you to everybody that chilled with me in the live stream today. We will be back tomorrow morning. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'm about to enjoy the rest of my Sunday with the wife. Probably put out a couple videos later on today because, you know, we talk that boxing. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. If you're a hater, be polite. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no problem with you being here, but, you know, stop lying and all that crap. Words are said, heads up. If a fighter enters round 6 with the same stamina and power they had coming out of round 2, they're definitely on something. Exactly. Like that dude that fought J-Rock. The dude that fought J-Rock. Man, like, dude, you come on, man. You ain't telling me you just pick it. He had more energy in round 9 than he had in round 2. Just gas just kept coming and coming. Yeah, get out of here, man. Anyway, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Much love to everybody in chat, everybody in super chat. And with that, I'm out. Peace.